Welcome to today's video when we're going to be talking about the significant damaging wind risk in Nebraska and Iowa today and enhanced risk there. Also, we're going to be talking about extreme heat today. Let's get started. Alright, everyone, so we can see we got our day 1 severe weather risk here for July 3rd. We can see today we got an enhanced risk in Nebraska, Iowa, a slight risk in Ohio, Pennsylvania. We can see New York today, a margin risk in Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi. We can see a margin risk in Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, and we got typical thunderstorm risk for Nevada, Utah, Colorado. We can see the typical thunderstorm risk for Maine today, everyone. We can see that on here. But then we got a margin risk Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Montana, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We can see in the New England states. We can see also for today. All right, everyone. So let's move on to our tornado risk for today, everyone. So let me just pull it up real quick. All right, there's our tornado risk for today, everyone. We can see we got a 2% tornado risk in South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa today. We can see Wyoming. We can see also on here. Then also we got our wind risk for today. We got a 30% wind risk significant one potential really damaging winds today. We can see in Nebraska, Iowa. Then we got a 15% risk of Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. We can see in South Dakota. Then we got a 5% risk in Michigan and some of the New England states, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. We can see also on here too for today, guys, for our day 1 wind risk. Now it's time to move on to our day 1 hail risk, everyone, for today. All right, let me just pull that up. There's our day 1 hail risk for today. For July 3rd, we can see we got a 15% hail risk, significant one in Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota. Then we got a 5% hail risk for Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri. We can see Montana, Wyoming for today. Then we can have potential for large hail in Nebraska, Iowa today. We can see also for July 3rd. Then also we have to look at our day 2 severe weather risk for today. Everyone is for the 4th of July. We can see we got a slight risk in parts of Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, then a margin risk for Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, then a slight risk for Pennsylvania, Virginia. We can see then a margin risk in New York. We can see North Carolina. We can see then typical thunderstorm risk in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, Illinois. We can see also in Texas and Louisiana. We can see also on here too, guys. We can see. So now we're going to talk about our tornado risk for the 4th of July. This is what our tornado risk looks like for the 4th of July. We got a 2% tornado risk for Kansas. We can see on here, Oklahoma. We see for 4th of July, everyone. So, of course, let's move on to our. All right, so we got our wind risk for tomorrow, for 4th of July. We got a 15% wind risk we can see in Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. We can see in Virginia on here. Then we got a 15% hail risk, wind risk coming for Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, Colorado. We can see also Nebraska, Wyoming, and South Dakota too for the 4th of July. We can see everyone. All right, so let's look at our hail risk for the 4th of July. We can see this is what our hail risk looks like for the 4th of July. We have a 15% hail risk for Colorado, Kansas. We can see on here too, guys. We can see a 5% hail risk for Nebraska, Kansas, Wyoming, South Dakota. We can see Oklahoma. We can see also on here for the 4th of July also, guys. So let's move on to our day of severe risk for Sunday, July 5th, 2026, everyone. So let's get to that now. It is where our severe weather risk looks like for July 5th, 2026. We got slight risk in Pennsylvania, Maryland. We can see West Virginia and Virginia. Then we got a margin risk in Ohio. We can see also Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia. Then we got a margin risk in Texas. We can see in Oklahoma, in New Mexico. Then we got a typical thunderstorm risk for Colorado, Kansas, Arkansas, Michigan, some of the New England states. We can maybe even see Montana, Idaho. We can see Oregon. We can see Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida. You can see for the 5th, everyone. So, of course, we're going to move on to our radar projections right after this, guys. So let's move on to our radar projections. All right, everyone, so this is what July 3rd could look like at 3 p.m. today. We have storms in North Dakota, South Dakota, some maybe potential storms in Minnesota, some rain in Iowa. We can see also too on here, guys. We can see maybe some rain in Illinois, maybe some storms in Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia around 3 or 4 o'clock today. Then, of course, 4 p.m. rolls around. We can start seeing some storms appear in Illinois, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Arkansas, Missouri. We can see Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana. We can see also on here for 4 p.m. Today, everyone. So, all right, so 5 p.m. comes along. We can see on here we get storms in Iowa. We see storm in Illinois. We can see South Dakota, North Dakota, Tennessee, Mississippi. We can see in Alabama too, in Illinois, and Wisconsin too. Today also around 5 p.m. everyone. So yeah. Then 6 p.m. comes along. We have storms in Iowa, Illinois, Kansas. We can see Nebraska. We can see some rain showers in Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi. We can see also on here in Alabama too. We have storms in Iowa. We can see South Dakota, Kansas. We can see North Dakota. We can see also on here too, guys. We can see on here. So yeah. Also we have storms in Minnesota. See also on here too. Then 7 p.m. we have storms in Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas. We can see on here South Dakota, Minnesota. We can see also some storms in Tennessee, Mississippi. We can see on here two guys in Alabama today. Then Tennessee we got storms also Kentucky, some storms in Michigan. We can see. Then 8 p.m. we can see we got storms in Indiana, Illinois. We can see Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota. We can see also on here Oklahoma. We can see maybe some rain showers in Tennessee, Mississippi. We can see. Then 10 p.m. we have storms in Nebraska. Looks like Illinois, Indiana, even Ohio, and maybe New Jersey. We can have storms around 10 tonight. Then we can see 11 p.m. comes along. We can have storms in Nebraska. You can see on here, looks like too, in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota. You can see Minnesota, Mississippi, Tennessee. We can see also on here. Then 11 p.m. we can have storms in Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota. We can see also on here South Dakota, Illinois. Let's look at Ohio. Ohio, we have storms potentially around midnight. Pennsylvania, New York. We can see also Iowa, we have storms potentially Missouri. We got rain also on here. And we have some storms that go overnight in Indiana, 1 o'clock in the morning. Iowa, midnight, we get storms. Looks like Iowa and Missouri, we get storms. And Wisconsin and South Dakota. In Montana, we get some rain also too on here. Then 1 o'clock in the morning, we have storms in Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Colorado, 2 rain in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin. We could have 2. Then 2 in the morning, pretty much all our storms are pretty much going to be almost gone. We have maybe some potential storms in Iowa and Missouri around 2 in the morning. Maybe some storms in Montana and maybe some scattered rain in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and South Dakota we can see also. So, of course, we're going to move on to our storm cap numbers for today, everyone. So, let's talk about that, guys. All right, everyone, so we got our storm cap numbers for today. This is 11 a.m. We see in Kentucky, Tennessee, we got 4,800, in Missouri, 4,900, Iowa, 4,200, Kansas, 3,400, Illinois, about 3,800 storm cap. We can see also on here Minnesota, 2,600, South Dakota, 2,800, Nebraska, 2,300, Oklahoma, 3,300, Arkansas, 2,300, Louisiana, 2,500, 3,300 storm cap, Illinois, Indiana, 4,200, Michigan, 2,200, Ohio, 3,000, Wisconsin, 1,800, Minnesota, 1,500, South Dakota, 2,700, North Dakota, 1,900 storm cap. We can see also Oklahoma, 3,300. We can see on here also too, guys. We can see Texas, 2,100. We can see also on here Louisiana, 3,300 storm cap. Mississippi, 3,000 storm cap. We can see also. Then we can see 1 o'clock hour rolls in. We see Nebraska, 4,400. Iowa, 4,400. Illinois, 4,000. Indiana, 3,100. We can see Minnesota, 2,900. Illinois, 3,800. Indiana, 4,200. Kentucky, 4,300. Tennessee, 4,600. Missouri, 4,400. 4,300 in Arkansas. Mississippi, 3,400. In Alabama, 3,400. 3,700. Arkansas, 2,900. 3,300. We can see Texas, 2,200. Colorado, 3,200. South Dakota, 3,100. North Dakota, 3,000. Minnesota, we can see 1,900 storm cap. Wisconsin, 3,300 storm cap. And Michigan, 2,600 storm cap. We can see in spots today. Then, of course, 3 p.m. comes along. We can see we got 4,500 storm cap in Iowa, Nebraska, 3,100. Kansas, 3,900. Looks like Indiana, 3,700. Kentucky, 3,700. We see Illinois, 3,600 on here. Oklahoma, 2,800. Arkansas, 2,300. Missouri, 2,400. Michigan, 2,300. Ohio, 2,800 storm cap. We see North Dakota 22,000. We can see Colorado 3,900. Texas 1,900. Louisiana 2,300 storm cap. Mississippi 2,800. We can see also for 3 p.m. today. Then we can see for 7 p.m. we have storm caps of 5,000 potentially in Iowa. We can see 2,700 in Nebraska, Indiana potentially 4,600, 5,000, Ohio 3,000. We can see 3,500, Tennessee 3,400 storm cap, Alabama 3,400. We can see Mississippi 3,400, Louisiana 2,600, Arkansas 3,200, 2,900 in Mississippi, Wisconsin 2,700. We can see Texas 1,800 too. Also, we can see on here everyone. So. Alright, everyone, so let's move on to our extreme heat and talk about that for today in the 4th of July. So let's talk about that. Alright, everyone, so we got Friday at noon today. We can see we got temperatures in New Jersey at 101, 100 in Maryland, 98, North Carolina, 95, South Carolina, 94, Virginia, 97, Georgia, 90, Ohio, 92, 90. We can see Pennsylvania, 92, Kentucky, 88, 89, 90, 91, Tennessee, 94, 90. We can see Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina 94, New York 92, Massachusetts 85. We can see also for Friday at noon today. All right, then let's move on to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. we're 104 in New Jersey today, 103, 100 in Pennsylvania, 100 in Maryland, 101 in Virginia, 101 in North Carolina, South Carolina 97, Georgia 92, Tennessee 97, Kentucky 93, West Virginia 94, Ohio 94 at 2 p.m. You see Tennessee, we're near 100 today. You can see also on here in Mississippi, we're near 94 today. Also, you can see in Georgia 92, South Carolina 92, 97. We can see also on here. We can see New York, we're in the 90s too. Also on here in Massachusetts, we're in the 90s too. Then we can see 4 p.m. we're 100 in Pennsylvania, 104, 102. Virginia, we're 103. North Carolina, we're 103. South Carolina, we're in the 90s. We can see Georgia, we're in the 90s. Ohio, we're near 100 in some spots. We can see New York, some New England states were in the 90s. We can see also on here too, guys. We can see Missouri, 92. Arkansas, 92. Also Tennessee in the 80s. Mississippi and Alabama in the 90s. Michigan in the 90s too. Also. Then we can see 7 p.m. everyone, we're 90s in Virginia, 90s in New Jersey, 90s in Maryland, 90s in Ohio. We can see also 90s in Arkansas, 90s in Missouri, 90s in Georgia. We can see. So let's look at our Philly temperatures for today, everyone. So this is what our Philly temperatures look like at 5 p.m. today. We have Virginia feeling like 108, North Carolina 105, 107. We can see also Maryland 96. We can see also on here. No, 106, I meant, sorry. New Jersey, 106, we're feeling like South Carolina, 100. We see Georgia, 100, 101. We see Illinois, 102. Indiana, 100. Missouri, 103. Arkansas, 100. We can see Tennessee, 102 today. We can see Philly temperatures also on here around 5 p.m. So then we have our temperatures for the 4th of July. Then we have temperatures for the 4th of July here. We have 101 in New Jersey. We can see temperatures almost 100. We can see 101 in Virginia. We see North Carolina, South Carolina 95. We can see Georgia, we're 95. We can see New York, we're in the 80s. Some of the New England states were in the 90s. Ohio, we're in the 90s. We can see in some spots in the 4th of July at noon. Then we can see 2 p.m. tomorrow. We're 96 in Maryland, 102 in New Jersey, Virginia 103, North Carolina 104 at 2 p.m. tomorrow. South Carolina, we're in the 90s. Georgia, we're in the 90s. Tennessee, we're in the 90s. 90s in Mississippi, Alabama, 90s in Missouri, 90s in Ohio, 70s in Indiana, 80s in Michigan, 70s in New York, 70s in PA, 80s in Iowa. We can see also on here at 2 p.m. tomorrow too. All right, then it looks like 4 p.m. we got a New Jersey, 103, 90s and maybe in New Jersey, 100, 105 in Virginia, North Carolina. We see around 4 p.m. tomorrow too. Then our temperature set to cool down. We can see with storms on here. Then let's look at our Philly temperatures for tomorrow. This is what our Philly temperatures look like at let's see, 2 p.m. tomorrow. We get in Virginia, we're feeling like almost 110 outside. Maryland, we're feeling like 107. New Jersey, 106. North Carolina, 104, 105, 106. This is extremely hot. Philly temperatures 90s. In Ohio, we're feeling like New England states are feeling like in the 90s, 100. Kentucky and Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana are feeling like in the 100s too. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe and notification bell. You never miss a video like this, guys. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.